priority left to right. Push as much of that out as we can without breaking it. Seven, 6, 4, 3. Alright, there's a little bit of a priority, not really. Okay, so 120, less than 100. The only way we could speed this up is by adding a second pump. That's really all we could do. The gas keeps getting moved out. But the moment this dude moves out, all the sour gas is going to follow him. What's going on, Warium? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good days. Hope you're having a good Tuesdays. Still gotta build out the doors, though. Still gotta pump everything out. How are you, Warium? Hope you're doing good. Oh, this might become a problem. That should be fine. I should be able to push out as much sour gas as I can. It doesn't help. Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. You're right. It would be better if we didn't have that gap. That is correct. We could go inside right now. Even though, no, it thinks it's unreachable. Wait, that means the bottom here is openable right now. Yeah, I could do this. Let's get rid of the doors. Sour gas is following the sky to the wheels. So let's try to help it out. This is already a vacuum. Since this is solid tiles, I don't have to worry about that becoming a problem. Dude, this is such a struggle. Going through the manual airlocks like this. Oh no. He's gotta pee. I see you over there, Warion. I see you over there. If you want to check it out, Warion, I think we're going to do the unboxing tomorrow. So we'll do that on stream. So if you're curious about that. Oh, it should be doing... Oh, I made a natural tile with the Electrum. What a meme. Let's dig that out. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Yo, man, sometimes there's 100 doors in your way, though. Yes, Warium, surprisingly, is the first person in 4 years to buy me something. So we're gonna do the very first unboxing stream. It's kind of insane. Not that I didn't expect it from Warium, nothing like that. It's more so that it's been 4 years of streaming, and this is the first gift I received. So this is super pog. And it's going to be a keyboard. It's going to be a nice keyboard, too. I didn't know you could make natural tiles with open doors. Yes, you could make natural tiles with manual airlocks and mechanized airlocks. That's actually how I got these here. It's the same material, Electrum. So for the most part, yeah, you could do it. And it takes the resource type of whatever you use to build it. So if you want a uranium ore tile, you could do that as well. Don't spill coffee on it. Yeah, man. Can't spill no coffee on that anymore. It's a nice keyboard. Wow, you're a real streamer now. I know, man. I'm a real streamer, boys. I'm not a real streamer until I get selected for the streamer awards. Kappa. I got to become streamer of the year, man. You know how it is. classic shenanigans with the streaming stuff. The dispenser's still here. I need to put Electrum back on the list. Because we need to sweep this area out. Is that a thing? I need to watch that award ceremony. So here's the thing. It's a thing, but it's not an official thing. So it's not like, oh yeah, there's a body of people that actually watch over that. It's actually another big streamer setting up the awards. So it's nothing official. And there's some people that honestly don't want to watch or take part of it because they know that it's not going to be fair. Now, of course, depending on which side you're on, it could be very fair or very unfair. But from what I hear, a lot of people don't care about it because they think that it's a bunch of friends just patting themselves on the back, right? Like, if the big streamers get together and they all happen to win, is it because they're big or is it because they're running the ceremony? That's the argument I'm hearing a lot of. I honestly don't really care. But that's how people look at it. Like, that's the lens people look through. Of course, it's not fair. It's a popularity contest. It shouldn't be fair. Yeah. But yeah, there's no official body governing it or running it behind the scenes. It's just another streamer running it for the other streamers. It takes them so long to get to the wheel. It's the ultimate struggle, dude. It really is. It is the ultimate struggle. I think we're going to move the wheel out or something. Just move the power line out to here. Because this is taking forever to just vacuum. Let's see. Let's move that. And then let's move the power as well. Let's just put this outside, make this a little bit faster. Maybe sometime in the future we'll have something that's more legitimate. But for now, that's what we got. Alright, so once we get the space, it should be a lot easier. Like, realistically, should be a lot easier. Alright, so I want to take the unclosed, or the not openable door, do this, and then I want to take this that is openable, and I want to copy that to the top layer. I want to mine this out, and then we're going to deconstruct top to bottom. This shouldn't break the vacuum. And since these doors are locked, they shouldn't have people climbing up to do this. We also should build the other thing first before removing this. Dude, this is such a struggle, dude. Like, imagine if everything in your house was connected via a hallway that you had to bear crawl through. That's kind of what these guys are doing. They're just bear crawling through the doorways on their elbows and all that jazz. That's what it looks like, man. This is struggling right now. And then after we do that, we go upwards. Doors are pretty important too. All right. At least we're going to be able to get this started though. Need to pump out the sour gas. Need to... We actually don't need the plastic vent due to the fact that it's pressurized on the outside. We still need this, as this is the only way for the sour gas to get pushed out. And this has 49 per tile. It's been leaking out, so it should be fine. I think we lost a good amount of sour gas in here, though, by building the doors. There's a good chance that happens. So, we need to build out these doors really quick. Oh, are we at the spot? Oh, we are. It's nice. So, I want to deploy a rover. I want to land... I can't land over here? Oh, that sucks. Let's land here. And then after we land, I want to go home. Alright, so once we do this... deconstruct. And then we want to deconstruct this. Alright, so we need a dig pattern. So it's 3, 3, here, so it's 3, here, and then this works. And then from here I could dig that, and then deconstruct the rocket platform. Yeah. So this all works out, I think. Alright, we'll check this back in a little bit. Okay, 3 more doors. Almost got this, almost got this. No longer pumping, it's unfortunate. But we're at 75 all around. Mighty Stoosh, man, get some food, buddy. We need to send you to the gym. We're having some problems with that, from what I could tell. My man's a struggling. So they're not deconstructing because of the priorities are building instead. They're both building jobs, but these are priority 7 at the bottom. Can we get these doors, please? Get the plastic over here. I wonder if they're moving the plastic through the naphtha and it's melting while they're moving it. Oh, there it is. There's the plastic. Never mind. I thought it kept melting or something. Does not actually increase heat that fast. Alright, so we have the wheel. Oh, it's not actually connected. There we go. So now we could continue moving out the gas. Let's also remove these floors as well. Might as well. Nice, removing the top layer. Alright, so the gas flow should be better, but we'll see how much of an improvement that actually does. This did steady out, so it's at 70 milligrams all. Ooh, it looks like after diachronic, we'll be done with the doors. Probably want to remove this. Gas, what's going on, Haitna? Yes, sour gas. We got to deal with that, so we're making a vacuum. Vacuum, and there's a little bit of sour gas right here. We're just pumping it out. And then we're going to make a boiler. So we're going to boil not crude oil. We're going to boil naphtha. That naphtha is going to become sour gas, and then we're going to cool that down back to natural gas. That's going to be the logic with that. The doors are done, so the vacuum's almost done. Whatever this dupe is carrying with them is going to just get pushed out. They actually are renting out a spot for it. It's a legit award. No. It's a big event. It's a big event. Yes, I know about that. They're going out to Los Angeles, and I think it's LA. I think it's LA, from what I remember. And it's like they're gonna rent out a venue and everything. The Wiltern and Wilshire and Western. Oh, I know where that is. But for the most part, yeah, it's I believe ran by another streamer. So they're gonna be like the host and run everything behind the scenes. So it's yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, oh, it's legit. You know, they're actually going all out for it. It's not like that. It's just more so that there's still no governing body. I get what you're saying though, that it's you know, they're making it seem like it's a big deal. Renting out a place, streamers have to fly out to go accept the reward, right? Looks great. Wait, where are you going? Oh, you're going to deconstruct? Yeah, no, that's not happening. We need you out of here. Alright, so before we could do that, these are banned. We gotta ban these now. And then we have to deconstruct this. We need to monitor this so that the gas doesn't flow to the top, as that's gonna become a problem. Use the doors! No, Slayer. Hold the door. Slayer, hold the door. Oh, this pressurized, so none of the gases go through anymore. Always lucky. I could just cut the power and turn on the crusher again. Slayer, how you doing, man? How's the days today? How is the Tuesdays? Hope you're doing well. Hold door! There we go, Mighty Stoosh knows what I'm talking about. I also removed these as well. Let's put a tile there. This is going to be a ladder well once we get this situated. This is sedimentary. No, I want this to be a mafic, higher melting point. And then we remove the top layer of doors. Well, not these. I don't want them breaking through the lock. Short for hold the door. Only way to do it. Sometimes you gotta hold the door, man. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, this one, these two, and we're done. Come on, Ren, you could have just built the door. What a guy. This is at 50 milligrams. It's getting close. Still pumping out the gas. Still pumping out the gas. Diachronic almost got stuck. There we go. Let's get another 2 doors here. I thought you said your colony's policy is not to hold the door open, security branch and whatnot. I mean, that was a long time ago, man. I believe by, what's that called? The statute of limitations means that it doesn't apply to me anymore because I haven't worked in an office environment for that long. It's a different rule set, man. Different industry. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. Really do be like that sometimes. But yeah, since the statute of limitations, you know, shouldn't apply to me anymore. Hello, what's going on, silly device? How are you? Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Let's bring this up. Slicksters, we don't need them. Let's reject that guy. All this electrum has to be swept. Why breaking with doors and not tiles? I don't have to worry about dupes not being able to reach anything. I could just blueprint out this entire area with doors, and the entire colony will get to work. Because if you do tiles at a time, you could only do, like, if I was vacuuming this, the bottom layer, I will have to wait for that to finish before I add a second layer. I have to wait for that to finish. I do 2 tiles at a time. And then it'd take me, like, forever, right? But with doors, you could walk on top of doors while they're open. And, you know, you could always open the doors to go through. You know, it makes it a little bit easier for you to manage everything. So in large vacuums like that, it's probably better. I'm pumping out the bottom. You could see that the bottom area lost. So this top area had 40 kilograms of sour gas per tile. And the bottom area had 1 gram of sour gas per tile. So 1 gram per tile, 40 kilograms per tile. And somehow, building the doors was still a lot faster. This is slow, dude. I need to wait for this now. Feels bad. But then after we do that, we're going to be building a boiler using the magma at the bottom, which is why we need to do this. I don't want the heat transfer happening, so that we could build a safe boiler design. Come on, one more. Is it done? Oh, yes. It's done, boys. And then I'm going to take the door open and apply it to everything. Yes, let's go. It's done. All right, so we're going to need some ladders here, because we're going to climb down from this way. And then we can start getting this ready. Just need to pump this out, maybe add a second pump. Might be something we might want to do. But this is taking forever. Alright, so by doing that, we want to build ladders everywhere here. Since the doors are there, they could climb up and down and not get stuck. So this makes it... Oh, I made a natural tile. That's fine, just mine it out. So you can see Keikun's able to just climb in and out. And then we will just do this one side at a time. Yeah, it would. So when you're doing decon, a lot of the times you want to do top bottom. Now I don't mind, because this element, Electrum, is not something that exists in the game, and it's only because of the modded planet I'm playing on. We actually refined that into gold, Electrum to gold, and you could see that we have 400 tons. I could actually delete half of this and I'll be fine and not actually worry about it. Since we have a lot... Ooh, all my delectables have hatched. Okay. Are you guys satisfied yet? I still have too many delectables. Okay, so you gotta die. You have 18,000. You have 10,000. You have 700. You should probably die. The other guy is 20,000. Let's kill this guy. And then the shovels need to die as well. So we made a delectable ranch, and we cannot keep up with the appetite where we're constantly feeding them regolith. We have a temperature stabilizer design on the right, so that the temperature is always at 74. Right? 74, 85. It's going down. It's coming in at 78. Wait, why is this at 80 degrees? What's going on here? Oh, this is coming out at 90. Wait, but why is that happening? Why is this at 78? And then this is at... Why is this at 84? Okay, so the temperature was just temporary. That's fine. So it'll stabilize while going into the inside, I guess. Alright, so we gotta kill the delectable so we could get some tonic roots still. Feels bad. How many are we at right now? 112! We can make some beans. But it's not gonna last. Question, the newest plumbing building for cooling stuff, even in vacuum, how good is that really compared to just radiant pipes? 20%. I would say it's 10%, 20% as effective as a radiant pipe. So if a radiant pipe is 100% standard, the conductive panel is about 10 to 20% of that. So in the grand scheme of things, it is not strong enough. And to give you an idea, I have a Radbolt... Oh, I haven't turned this off in a while. Everything's fully charged. Okay, my bad. So this... Am I losing mass here? Still 200. I guess we're fine. Right here. You could see that if I keep my Radbolt generator running, and I have my radiant pipe at 8 degrees, and we're running a radiant pipe on that, you can see that it doesn't keep up. The right side never turns on unless my material study terminal triggers it. There's an automation. And then we have these Radbolt generators that are getting up to 135 degrees. So it heats up a lot. And I'm running a conductive panel over all of them. Right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. One specifically for each one. It can't keep up. It can't keep up. So I would say 10 to 20% is kind of like the ballpark of what to expect. Bro, those these are the best rockets. Dude, I bored the rocket without getting shot. These are top tier, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I could charge my rockets now, not worry about my dupes getting shot while climbing into the spacefarer module while I'm building out my interior or supplying the food. It's such a good design. You ever drive the car? What's that called? Is it the Volkswagen? No, that's a brand. What's that? What do you call that car? What do you call that, man? I feel like it's a car that's not used that often anymore. But it's like, it's long interior, long engine space in front. You have like a regular size space here. And a normal car looks like this, right? It goes down. This car that I'm thinking about goes like this. It's a little bit longer and the top extends, right? And you get the wheels. And basically you have a lot more trunk space, right? Now I think, I'm not sure, these type of cars are no longer drived anymore because people associate dead bodies. You basically have enough trunk space to put a coffin inside. So you only see like hearses driving these type of cars now. Yeah, it's a hearse. But for the most part, that car design is what I'm talking about. The station wagon. Dude, we got the wagon in the back, baby. You can't be mad about that. We got a wagon behind the engine. That's just what it is, dude. So there isn't a reason to ever use them, or am I missing something? To use what? Oh, conductive panel. There are things that if you're in a vacuum and you can't do the one drop setup with a drywall like this, right? If you can't do this for your design because the building's in the way, because by doing that something else happens, your best bet is using a conductive panel. So for the most part, it's very limited in the amount of uses it has because it's not effective enough. But basically in tamer builds with high temperature, if you need to do like very minor cooling, one of the things that comes to mind is the robo miner, right? If you have a volcano tamer and then the volcano magma keeps solidifying to igneous and you need to use a robo miner to mine it out, potentially you could just run the conductive panel over the robo miner instead of doing a weird setup. Because the robo miner is in a vacuum, still generates heat, and it's not going to be running constantly. That's the upside. It's not running constantly, so you could run a conductive panel to cool down the robo miner to keep it from heating up. Now that's only in a vacuum design, where you keep your robo miner in a vacuum so that it doesn't actually do the thing. Radiant pipes do not work in vacuums, no. So if I was in space, like this, and I wanted to run a radiant pipe over a specific tile. So let's say that I have a rad bolt generator right here, right? Normally what you would want to do is put drywall behind it, and then you want to put a drop of liquid here. And then the radiant pipe you run over chills the liquid. Right? It chills the drop of water on the tile, assuming you have a design like this. And then the water touches the building, and that's how a radiant pipe cools something in a vacuum. A conductive panel does not need that water drop or the drywall, and that's the benefit. But since it's not strong, you can't run that on something that's running constantly. So immediately the rad bolt generator beats out the conductive panel, which kind of sucks. Because it means that you can't really use that, right? Can't use it. You get that weird situation where it's It's just overheating, man. That's the only problem. Like, my rad bolt generators are barely getting chilled. 0.1 every couple seconds. How do I block off volcanoes with temp shift plates? So, for that to happen, yeah, Silly Device has it right. You need to use something that becomes something else in the same solid category. And in that case, you have to build a coal temp shift plate. Now, this is your volcano. The only way that works is if your temp shift plate is in a vacuum. So you have to make sure the area around your volcano is in a vacuum. And it's best when there's magma on the floor already on this layer. That's because what you want to do is, from the left side neutronium, if it's a 4-tile neutronium, you want to go to the tile up 2 and 1 to the right. This tile is where you want to have the temp shift plate, and that's a tile you want to solidify. So you take coal, if I have it right here, up 2 over 1, and you do that. Now, if you have this in exposed to gases, your magma is probably not even magma anymore, and it's probably igneous rock. So the best thing for you in that case is to seal it up, right? And then if you can, put a liquid lock, and then vacuum out all the gas. Wait for this to erupt again, because it will eventually. And when it erupts, you should have your temp shift plate already there. If you do, the moment it erupts and it's in a vacuum, it will self-seal, and then you can open it back up again. But for the most part, that would be the strat. I don't know if there's another metal that does that, or at a lower temperature. Let's see. Dirt becomes sand, so it doesn't help you. Clay becomes ceramic, that's at high temperature. Ice melts the water, that's not what you want. Yeah, that's actually it. Outside of coal, I don't think anything else really works. I could show you how to do it, but I don't have an open volcano to really show you guys. But it's an easy way to self-seal. Hope that helps. I have an iron volcano in a water pool, and the water's at 99, and 11 tons of iron at 335 C. Ah, yes. The fabled water is going to evaporate. Good luck, man. Good luck. Hope you have a fun time with that. Post some screenshots on the Oni channel so we could enjoy with you. Oh, man. That true silly device, 2 dirt plates could also do the job. 2 dirt plates could also do the job. I can't believe we're still vacuuming this. It's taking forever to pump. Fried PB&J, you never knew that? It's a good strat, man. I very rarely run into the situation where I have to re-seal up a geyser, so you guys never see me get to do that. I almost never have that problem, so always lucky. Always lucky. I didn't even know that. It's a good little strat, and it's usually only viable with volcanoes, metal volcanoes or actual volcanoes. I was holding out for a steam turbine, and I just realized I need plastic, and then I need petroleum. If you have this guy, you could avoid all that. So if you didn't know, these guys, the glossy Drecos, when you shear them, they give you plastic. So this is the glossy Dreco, and they give you plastic every time you shear them. Their backsides are covered in bioplastic scales that only grow in hydrogen. So by shearing them, we get a lot of plastic over here. So my entire colony's plastic comes from these guys. So all you have to do is get Drecos, and instead of feeding them bomb lily, feed them mealwood. After that, their egg chance goes up. Each time they eat mealwood, it goes up by, I think, 1%, 2%, I forget. But they just have to eat mealwood, and their egg chance goes up. So you could do that very early in the game. Yeah, you can't get that anytime soon, but you could get that early in the game, though. Plastic is not as difficult if you have Drecos. It's like every time I come to the stream, I'm learning something new. I got you, man. I got you. If you analyze the volcano and the tile forms while the progress bar is there, it actually continues to analyze. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that's a device. I see you over there. It's good to know. Doesn't seem like something I could get anytime soon. As soon as before my base heats past the point of no return. Okay. So if you're worried, I should just kill these fish. I have way too many. If you're worried about the iron volcano creating a lot of heat, what you could try to do is... I mean, I don't know if you have the means of doing it, but you could try to swap out the water. So you know how you have your pool of water under the volcano? Try to pump it out and add cooler water in so that the temperature goes down. You could try to do that, and that could help out. But outside of that, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Oh, they're eating enough? Okay, this guy's got to go. We're just going to have 2 delectables. Hopefully we keep them both full. That only moves the heat into my water instead, though, which is further into my base. So after you do that, you could pump it into electrolyzers. So the electrolyzers are a great place to dump warm or hot water at 70 or hotter. That's actually what I do. I take the steam vents, right, which produces 500C. I convert that into regular water that comes out at 95, and I feed that directly to my spawn. You could actually just start pumping that out and feeding that in. And then you have a lot more time to get plastic. Because at that point, if you didn't know, so that's an iron volcano, right? We actually do the math. Iron volcano, I think, is 1 to 8. So iron is 44.9, 0.449. And then water is... I'm assuming you have regular water, by the way. Water is 4.179. So 449 to 4179. It's about 8 to 1. That means your iron is going to go down 8 degrees. And water is only going to go up 1 degrees, assuming the mass is the same. So, depending on how big that pool of water is, you could actually reverse engineer how much temperature will actually be added. Because you could click on the volcano and see how much kilograms per second you generate. In that eruption period, you can multiply that, and you would get a fixed amount of DTU. After you multiply the kilograms per second and the eruption period, multiply that by the specific heat capacity of whatever it is that you're erupting with. In my case, it's aluminum. You will get a value number. You would divide that number by 8, roughly. And that ending value is how much heat is going to get dumped into the water. That ending value, you want to keep that because that's assuming the mass is the same. So afterwards, you need to find the total mass of how much liquid metal you produce, get that kilogram number, and see how much that compares to your pool of water. If that ratio is a little bit different, so let's say it's 2 to 1. So let's say you produce 10 kilograms and you have 20 kilograms of water here. Just a rough example. Your water is going to go up by 4 degrees instead of 8 because it's 2 to 1. So instead of that 8 degrees increase divided by 2 because it's 2 to 1, and you get that 4 degrees increase. So by doing a little bit of rough math, you could see how much leeway you have. If you could even get away with pumping it out and adding more water in. But you could see by that it's kind of tough for the metal volcano to boil the water. Because it takes so much heat energy to even heat it up by 1 degrees. Now the only thing is that, you know, you're playing with degrees in the thousands. So hopefully you have enough leeway. But yeah, the larger the pool of water, the more heat you could absorb. So hopefully that helps you out, man. But yeah, it's an 8 to 1, so it's not that bad. You know what I wish we had? I wish we actually had like a turret that could just shoot the critters. Like, I have way too many fish. And we're attacking the fish constantly. Oh, natural tile. We gotta mine that out. Thanks for learning a lot. Like how to my new playthrough will not poke the iron volcano early game. Let me help you out with that. Do you know of the geyser exploit? Do you know how the geyser exploit works? Because the only reason why you ran into that problem is because you opened up the geyser, right? No. Okay, so this is forever going to change your gameplay. So hopefully you're ready for this. Anytime you have a covered geyser, anytime, like this one right here. We don't know what geyser that is. You could open it up. You go to priority, go to yellow alert, right here, top priority. Cover the geyser up. Oh, actually, you got to hit all on the filter. Cover the geyser up, or at least over the number. It's going to yellow alert, and then you can click on the yellow alert. This brings up the geyser that's behind the tiles. And then you can lower the priority back down. And then what I do is I set up the priorities tied to the specific geyser it is. So if it's a useless geyser, I put it on priority 1. So that if I ever go up to the priority tab, I can tell if it's a useless geyser or a completely godlike geyser, like a cool slush. Cold water is something everyone needs, unless you're playing on Rime. So it's a great trick. Outside of that, you can also, if you don't want to use that because it's an exploit, you could mine out these tiles. So mine out everything on top of the neutronium, the 4x1. Now, from here, you go up 2 tiles, over 1. It's that same tile you want to put the temp shift plate on to seal the geyser. Just make sure you dig everything else but this one, and you could see the geyser it is, but it will never erupt, never. And this works for every geyser in the game. So you could dig everything except this tile, specifically 2 up from the left and 1 over. So you could do that. Now the problem is you cannot analyze the geyser. You know when you click on the geysers, you click the analyze button. Where is that? Right here. You cannot analyze it while this tile's on top. But this is the legitimate way of finding out the geyser without actually using the exploit. So 2 strats right there. Hope that helps you out. You could see the benefit of using the priority tool. I don't even need to be close by. And I could just find out that that's a volcano. But the other one is more legit, because you actually have to dig it through. Alright. Need a way up and down. We're going to open this up so we can climb up and down a little bit easier. Still need the vacuum here. Feels bad. I thought you showed the temp shift plate 1 higher than the block. No. So, everything is relative to the neutronium. You go up 2 and 1 over. Same thing. From here, 1, 2, and then 1 over. Everything is in reference to the neutronium. So back here on this side, same thing. From neutronium, 1, 2, and then this one. Keep that one undug. Now, there is a weird thing in the game. I guess Clay realized that we know about the specific tile to not dig out. And since we knew about that, Clay started doing in weird things. You guys might be wondering, what do you mean by weird things? You guys have probably encountered this. Where you get 3 tile geysers. That's the weird thing. Clay has started adding in 3 tile geysers, 2 tile geysers, and 5 tile geysers. What that means is that the neutronium under the geyser is no longer relative to the neutronium, and you need to know the sweet spot of the geyser. So it depends, because there's different shapes. This one is a 2x4. So if that was a geyser, this is the shape of it. This is the same shape for all the water geysers as well. So like the cool slush, salt slush, regular slush. They're that shape. The cool steam vents in this game, these right here, are 2x4 vertical. Right? So they're like this. And then the volcanoes are 3x3. So I could go like this on the right side. So the volcanoes are 3x3. So those are the shapes of pretty much every geyser in the game. Because all of those are either something like that or just a different color variation, but the size is the same. They all share that one tile in the middle. And from the left side, it normally looks like this, right? Neutronium, two up, one over, right? So it's this one. This one is this one. This one is that one. It's all covering the tile that produces the active resource. Now, once they start trimming it, you could see that everything is relative to the neutronium because it's always at the same position. But with the trimming of the neutronium, the adding or subtracting of the extra tile, you basically just need to figure out the shape of the geyser that you have, and you know which ones to not dig out. As you can see, it's going to be the center, the volcano, left center, top of the flat ones, center, middle, bottom, right here, or the left 2 up for the tall ones. Now that we know that, that doesn't really throw us off anymore. But yeah, that's how that works. I managed to block up the volcano, and you were going to use a nearby ice biome to cool down the area. Thanks a lot for the help. Nice! Looks like the colony is saved, hopefully. And yo, man, hope you have some good things in the future for the Iron Volcano Tamers. But it's relative to the left side neutronium, right? So the trimming of the right shouldn't matter. Sometimes, if you have a skinny or a wider neutronium, I don't know 100%, but the neutronium sometimes could be on the left side as well. Because that would centralize the volcano if this was 5 wide. In that case, you go to the center tile and up 2. That's the thing with that. So I don't know if it's always going to be on the right side, so you would have a double space over there. But yeah, just in case that it's not. Okay, so this is ready. All right, boys. We got to get to building. I mean, Clay tried. They tried, right? Can't be that bad. They tried. I've seen 5 wide, yes. And it was on the Spaced Out DLC. DLC start. But it was not on the starter asteroid. On the starter asteroid, I've seen 2 and 3 wide. But I think it's only on specific other planetoids. For the 5 wide one. I've seen it before, though. It just wasn't on the starter planet. Are they liquid? Infinite liquid storages? No, I was just looking at how to seal up geysers. Showing you guys what tiles to cover up. I see you, Thorbane. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Alright, so this is the design. So we make sour gas, heat sinks, temperature ties to the thermal sensors. And then I think we got it. Oh yeah, they are infinite liquid storages. This one I pumped out as much as we can. This one is not enough. We have 40 tons in here. This is 10 tons per tile. This is 2 tons per tile. This is 2 tons per tile. This is 9 tons per tile. I messed up over here. Had a issue. Small issue. Outside of that, yeah. They're all infinite storages. And then they also have pitcher pumps. Basically, we overpressure the vent so that the pitcher pump always has water. And they just pump straight into it. Some of the ones that have less mass than the overpressure value, I have to put a hydro sensor. That's why we have these here. Crude oil stacks up to 800. Naphtha stacks up to 800 as well. So it's less than the overpressure, so I would spill out. Huge problems with that. Okay, so let's get the design rolling. So, we have this here now. Good, good. We could get some of this started. So, I am going to sweep Let me do that. There's nothing being swept outside of my base anymore, so this should be perfectly safe. Right? How is the glass, actually? I gotta do another 99 of this. I need the glass for the monument. I realized after one Nightmare City stream that very likely the only way to fix the terrain issue will be to use an asset. It's okay, I fixed the terrain issue. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Okay, so we're just gonna have to start building. And let's look at the design. After we get the box, we just do a 2x2 on the side. So it's going to be like this, right? One tile heat transfer. That's probably okay. Yeah, we fixed it. We fixed it the stream afterwards. We fixed it on the stream afterwards. So that lines up here. Okay, so we do need to build the ladders for this. That goes into here. We're probably going to need to do that so we can climb down. Build everything else out on the side. I'll probably want some ladders here. I put that one ladder. Yeah, I can't do that. Gotta do that here instead. Can't reach, so I guess we do this, and then we have to remove this later when we have to build the insulator wall. And then we know we need a thermal sensor in here. This is gonna be steel, so I don't mess up. And then we gotta do the automation here. Crazy that a few weeks ago we were talking about how the low chance star cities would be, and yet life is strange. Dude, man. We have to complain. Part of me wants to believe that if we didn't complain that stream, it never would have been released. we you know, likelihood of that being true is probably not likely, but you know, we gotta say it was how we got to the good tasting sauce. All the mistakes, all the things we did right, everything works together and somehow it gets to genius. That's what I want to say. I'm gonna stick with that. That's what I'm gonna say, and I think that's pretty legit. How is there no abyssalite? Is that a miscellaneous? It is. And then I need electrum. There we go. Alright, we sweep that, sweep this. Sweep that, sweep this. Is there a good fun use for phosphorite? Is geotuners. If you didn't know, geotuners. Two legit single-handedly developed and released Skylines too. Yeah, man. Y'all know what it is. I didn't get paid for it, man. What a travesty. They said you're gonna get some royalties. I didn't get no royalties. Yeah, we use words too. Technically, yeah. So you don't use phosphorite for geotuners. You convert phosphorite to refined... Wait. Is it phosphorite or phosphorus? Alright, so phosphorite is what the Drekos poop out. This gets used for Wheezeworts, but then you could heat this up to phosphorus liquid and get refined phosphorus, which I believe is what you need for the geotuners. The geotuners specifically that ties to refined phosphorus, I forget which one it was. I think it was metal volcanoes, I might be wrong. But one of the volcanoes has use for that. Outside of that, you feed the Wheezeworts. These guys. We need some phosphorite for that. Geotuner... No, the resource is dependent on what you're actually geotuning. So the resource is tied to the geyser. I believe water geysers are all bleach stone. I believe that the... Well, I could probably just check. Oh, I deconstructed my geotuner. Oh, feels bad. But yeah, there is abyssalite, bleachstone, refined phosphorus. And then, yeah, chlorine, and I think it's polluted oxygen. It might not be polluted oxygen. Is it chlorine and CO2, or is it chlorine and PO2? But yeah, salts, refined phosphorus, bleachstone, and abyssalite are the resources needed, depending on the geyser you actually are trying to cool down. Or cool down. GO2. P dirt for CO2 vents. Oh, that's P dirt. I forgot about that one. There we go. But yeah, I did a video on that, and it's all in the video. I just forgot. Upgrading your shinies, this guy. You all see this guy in chat. His name is Cthulhu. Can I mop this up? Can we just move that outside and drip it on the ground? Liquid copper. Someone help me out with that? Can we get some of this liquid copper over here mopped up? Anybody? It'd be kind of cool, man. Nice. Damn, that's 122 kilograms? That's gonna break my liquid lock. I'm about to make sour gas again, dude. Oh, shit. Do I trust this? I really don't. It's actual magma. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't trust that. I'm just gonna drip it back here. Strip it back into the tiles. I don't want it in the window tiles. Put that back here. Should be fine. Alright, so looking at the design, we do that. We could climb down to here. This is Mafic. Shouldn't break. Should it break? How did that get there? I thought that the magma wasn't going to crack my abyssalite. So when it did crack my abyssalite, the magma leaks through first. So the magma leaked through to the top because of the pressure. So you could see the damaged abyssalite right there. So that's how that got there. Kind of a problem, kind of. Okay, so let's go back to the design. Ah, that's not actually like that. That's how that works. This should be a vacuum. And then this is a shaft. Okay. Yeah, refining phosphorus is good for geotuning, but phosphorite is only Weezewords, pinch of peppers. So they take a little of it, and Draco farms produce tons of it. You could technically also use it for natural tiles if you do refine it and then keep it below 40 every time. Technically, I hate to say that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, technically it works. Technically. Oh yeah, you need it for fertilizer. That's right, Cthulhu's right. You need that for fertilizer. That's right, that's right. Ah, yes. These two tiles are not actually supposed to be there, okay. I will need this. I could just climb down, climb up and over. And then I do need to put a liquid here. I need to make sure whatever I drip into here is not going to be that bad. I might actually have to wait for the sour gas to leave first. For your natural tile farm on the right, do you still need to use a pattern on planning for pips to do it right? Yes. Top to bottom, right to left. 4 tile spacing between rooms. That's the standard. Right to left, top to bottom. 4 tiles of space between each floor. And in order to do it, you need to put a blueprint of something on top of the tile so they plant in the specific order. In my case, I'd recommend using the crown molding. All you got to do is build that on top. In our case, there's a planter, so I can't show you. But then, yeah, it gets it to work pretty well. Oh, I gotta move out my grubs again. Oh, that's gonna be such a pain. Some of these floors don't have grubs in it. Auto wrangle the surplus. And we'll have the Sweetles here. Automatically move out the grubs to the respective rooms. Ladders work. Ladders work. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so this is going to be that. So that means I need to have this here. We'll build that out. The heat sink, I probably don't want. This is going to stop the sour gas from getting pumped out. That's funny. That's going to stop the sour gas from getting pumped out. I might just put a second pump here and just start pumping it out. Where's magma? Come on, just drop that. Just drop the magma on the floor. Gonna need that. Nope. You can. Only the corner ones you can't. The ones that hang anywhere, the corner ones you can't. The corner ones have to be in a corner. But the other ones could be anywhere. Doesn't matter. Just can't be built on top of an item. So the corner crown moldings, that's true. For not the regular ones, though. No, those could be built anywhere. You just need the blueprints. The dupes are never going to build it, so you're taking advantage of the invalid build location. But because there's a blueprint there, the pips will never plant on it. So that's actually why I recommend this over ladders, because you don't have to use a deconstruct command afterwards. You literally cancel blueprint, and the whatever it is that got supplied drops on the ground. So it's a little bit faster. Not that you need to necessarily use the crown moldings, but that's how that works. Yeah, they won't be built if not under a ceiling. Yeah, that's what you mean. That's what you mean. I thought you meant that you couldn't place the blueprints. I'm sorry. I thought you meant that you couldn't place the blueprint because it's not under a ceiling. Alright, this comes up. We gotta do the door shaft here, so I think that means we do that. You want it to auto kill fish? No, there's a way to do that. You have to freeze the water. Any sort of automation to remove the one water tile and replace it with something that would kill them after they're dead and can't be swept. Bots won't kill critters, or you have said that. Yeah, so for the most part, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Fish could swim in every liquid. So the idea in it of itself only works if there was a liquid that actually killed the fish. So the fish swims in everything. Unless, I mean, you know, magma, because it's too hot. Not because of it being magma, it's the temperature that kills it. But otherwise, they live through everything. Yeah. They're a little bit of a problem because of that. Alright, so we do the triple setup like that. It's pretty fair. Autosave. Alright, so we build out these tile sets. I need to get a liquid here. I need to wait for the sour gas to disappear. Alright, so let's get a steel pump here. Let's go like that. Let's get the double ladders. Let's get a second pump from the inside. Let's have this be priority. And then let's get the power wire here. Iron, simple stuff. Just like that. And then we'll get the vent line. We'll probably just use a separate small vent. It's not going to matter. Look at the magma. We're going to leave that there. Not so that it solidifies. But because later on we're going to break everything. I want the magma to just join the other magma at the bottom of the map. They don't think be like it is, but it do. Alright, so with that, this gets changed. I don't want to leak it out because otherwise this is never going to vacuum. Because it's just going to leak outside. So turn that off, leave it like that. We know that we're going to need our door set up here. All steel. Alright, let's start thinking about the automation. So while they're building that, we need to do the setup on top. I guess we could build this while we're waiting for everything else. So that probably means that this tile set's no longer necessary. Which probably means someone's going to get stuck. So we'll wait for them to get stuck. After that, insulated tiles. So, this goes through. This is tiles. 1, 2 gap, and then metal tiles here. That's probably going to be steel. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that lines up perfectly. Right on top of the door. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's offset that. 1 tile to the left. This is solid. 1 space gap. We also need the temp shift plates right here. I'm probably going to use steel. No, cobalts. Yes, cobalt's godlike here. We use that as the setup. I should be able to do this and not actually have to worry about that. Yeah, and that should be fine. So after that, we have a tile here. And then it's just a normal steam turbine setup. Okay. So after this... Oh yeah, we just replaced these tiles. That's funny. So we have the aqua tuner here. This is a vacuum already. Igneous, why not? We do that. We have to put a aqua tuner right here. It goes this way, from what I remember. There should be a wall here. So that means this is part of the bottom area. And that I need to seal this up after we're done. Okay. Let's have someone run on the wheel so that we could pump 2 sides, make this faster. Insulated tiles there, steam turbine here. And then... this is a wall right here, right? How does that work? Ah, it's offset. That's actually fine. So that means... this goes like that. We have to open this up from the bottom. And then this goes like this. And I believe this is a normal seal. No space up top, right? Yeah, it's a normal 3x5 seal. Okay. So after it leaks out and we have the seal here, it's a 1 space gap for the gas to come out. And then we have a 2 space gap up top. So this has to have a ladder well. So let's go like this. Because we're probably going to liquid lock from the right side to come in. And then, of course, once that's ready, we could do this. Of course, that means we're going to want to do the seal up. I probably leave this open. Probably like that. No, I probably have to keep that and hope that we don't drip water to the left. Should be fine, though. Are you stuck, buddy? No. Okay, cool. He's just thinking really hard. Okay, cool. So, pump here. This goes out here and comes straight down. Alright, let's let him do that. While we're doing that, let's look at the blueprint and look at some of the automation things we're going to want to set up. 6 tile gap. Do we have that over here? We do. Okay, good, good, good. Alright, so... what are we going to have here? We're going to have a couple things. First things first, we're going to have the liquid vents. The liquid vent over here, it's going to be how we get naphtha coming in. Doesn't really matter how the piping works. We'll figure that out later. So we need a couple things. First things first, we need a thermal sensor. Anytime this is hot, this needs to connect to the door. Right? Simple does it. Heatsink setup. There's one here as well for the other heatsink. And then what we will do is we need to control this pump. Oh, we had to have this relocated. That's right. So let's cancel that. Because we needed something over here, hydro pressure, where we could do that. So if the temperature is above, we close the door so that it doesn't get too hot, or whatever. We could set that up. This ties to this. So that means when there's too much naphtha here, we don't release anymore until it boils. That way it doesn't flood. Okay, that's good. So afterwards, we're going to have to do a vacuum wall tile setup on the middle so that when we release the sour gas, we could vacuum lock it so it doesn't it doesn't extract the heat from the heatsink, which is pretty counterintuitive because we're using the heat to boil something and then we cool it back down, which means it's going to have to heat up again anytime we add in fluid, so it's going to make it not streamlinable. So we're going to need this vacuum door setup. So vacuum door setup, simple does it. When it opens, they all open. When it closes, and then the middle slot opens after a set amount of seconds. I think there's a simple setup for that. We just need to have a trigger. So we need a trigger. How do we want to do this? So I probably put another sensor in here. We could probably put a lot of the automation in the room up top, to be honest. But we probably need another sensor in the inside room right here. Let's see. So we could probably use a Atmos sensor for gas pressure. Once there's enough sour gas, we release a green signal so that it could just push out. And then the logic is, as it pulls through this area, it gets chilled by the metal tile contact and temperature plates, so that when it goes up to here, it's around 200 degrees, 250. And then when we pump out the natural gas, it's going to run on a radiant pipeline to cool down the gas line, so that it chills down to like 0, hopefully. And then once it gets to here, it chills to minus 160 with the supercoolant. That being said, did we make supercoolant? We have 900 kilograms. That's actually not bad. Where are we with this? We don't have enough petroleum. Of all things I don't have. Alright, man. Let's just pump up the crude oil. I don't want to break the lock, though. Well, how much crude oil is down here? 7 kilograms. Alright. We might just grab the crude oil from here, man. Hate to see it. This is hot crude oil, though. Yeah, there's no other way for me to get crude oil. That's very unfortunate. I could just grab it from the leaky oil fissure, though. I could probably just grab it from here. We could make this leaky oil fissure into a vacuum pump, where we submerged... Oh, wait. What's the temperature of this? This is over 300, huh? It is. So I can't put a steel pump in there. It overheats. That sucks. Do I have niobium? I could grab niobium. This is plus 300, right? So it'll be at 375. Oh, this is 500. Really? I might just grab some niobium really quick. Go back here. Just grab some niobium because it's right there. We'd probably come back home. Come back to here. So you got me into cities, and now I have to fix a roundabout with 500 entries. I blame you. I don't know, man. I tell people a lot to not use roundabouts because you become lazy and don't actually put your thinking cap on to fix the proper interchanges. Roundabouts are too easy to be like a one-fix-all kind of a design, which is why I'm not a fan of it. Doesn't mean you can't use it, but there's a lot of pitfall traps with the roundabout as a result. RZ Collie, though, man. Maybe now's the time to try to figure out a new way of dealing with the traffic that's not with the roundabouts. This would be good experience before Cities 2 comes out. So that later on, when we don't have the mods and things, we'll have an easier time, right? Hopefully. Are they too hot? No, it's still at 74 degrees. There's no more regolith? What's going on here? Where's my regolith, boys? Boys, where is the regolith? How are you guys not sweeping my regolith, man? Come on, let's go. So much regolith over here. It'd be pretty cool, man. Clean it up. All the tons of regolith. My shovels need to eat for tonic roots. Grab the hexalent because it never rots. I see you over there, Arzikali. Hope you're having a good one, though. Sounds like you're having a bad time with cities, though. Feels bad. Oh, I can't reach that. Okay. So we'll have to do this. Oh, I'll need a ladder here. That's fine. All right. Oh, dude, is this real? The sour gas is cooling down. This is such a weird sight. You see red, dark red, and then it's becoming yellow in the middle. That's so weird. It's at a nice 73 degrees, man. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. Can't complain, can't complain. Alright, so let's go back. Let's look at the automation again. So, everything works out. Quick question, how much liquid to keep a vent from overpressurizing? A vent? It depends which vent you're looking at. Tooltip. Gas vent is 2,000. You want to be under that. Plastic high pressure vent is 20,000. 20 kg. So you could see the overpressure values on the vents. And it depends on which one you're using. So you want to be under that value. You want to be under that value. Normal one, it's going to be 2,000 grams. So that's normally less than a drop. One drop is around 2 kilograms, I think. So you drop one and you let it spread. And then you get like 800 or something on 2 vents. Because it's like around 16 to 2,000 grams per bottom emptier drop. I'm not sure. But that should be what you're looking for, Ghost Rider. Hope that helps. Alright, so the automation. We're going to use a Atmos sensor that when the pressure rises enough, we should be able to just release. So green signal, right? So, hey, Uglarvis coming in with a 13 month. Hey, yo, what's up? Uglarvis, I see you over there. Thank you so much for the support. Enjoy the emotes, D20 dice, ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub ad. But thank you so much for the support. How are you doing, Uglarvis? Are you back home now? I believe you were traveling before. How are you doing, man? Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you're doing good. And hope you guys are ready for spring. I can't wait for this to warm up just a little bit. I still want it to be cold, though. Mamba wants his head rubs, too. Feels bad. He's got my attention. Alright, so right now we need to figure out how to do the doors. So when it opens green. And then when we get a red signal, we need to close the doors again. So I kind of want to put a filter gate here so we could already reduce the staggering. So let me put that on the side. I'm home, but work is crazy. Yo, man. Hopefully get some time off soon, Oglarvisk. Everyone's busy nowadays. We had someone in chat say that they were working 60-hour work weeks for the next like 4 weeks. I'm like, dude, that's tough, man. And it's for extended periods. Tough stuff, man. Tough stuff. So, yep. Hopefully you can take care of business and get some time off to recharge, Mr. Uglarvisk. Sounds like work comes in waves, though. It's tough stuff. It's rough, just about bedtime now. Yeah, right? You get no free time, which is tough. You need some time for yourself. Hopefully it pays well, though. At the end of the day, that's all we could really hope for, right? Oh, the oxygen became gas. There's no more liquid oxygen over here. It feels bad. We had liquid oxygen over here. Looks like it became gas. All right, so green signal, it opens, right? And then red signal. How does that work? I'll be good. It's just a period of time. Gotcha, gotcha. Good to hear that you're seemingly able to handle it. Good stuff, Visk. So green signal, all the doors open. Nice. Red signal. When the red signal happens, we want it all to close. So how does that work? So we know that the middle signal is a separate line, right? So it has to be something like this, and then something else at the bottom. So if this goes in like that, generic setup, green signal opens everything. So I need this setup to be the same thing. So green opens. What's the gate that I'm looking for? Green opens. Okay, so when I get a red, it closes as well. But I need it to open after X amount of seconds. Does that mean I need a NOT gate? Filter NOT? Filter NOT. I think that's what it is, right? Because what happens is that green signal. Oh, the middle doesn't open until the filter actually opens. That's not good. Oh, it's buffer NOT. Buffer NOT. There we go. Not filter NOT. Buffer NOT. All right. So what should happen is green signal, because we have enough sour gas. After that doesn't flip-flop, and we get a stable signal, green signal. Opens this up, and then this is already open because we keep it open, right? So opens up, this should be a vacuum because how... Oh, what's going on? Roger coming in with the raid. Oh man, my train of thought. Automation shenanigans, we'll think it out. What's going on, Mr. Tarandra? Coming in with the monster raid? What a legend. I see you over there. Shout outs to you. What's going on, man? How was the... Oh, you changed Diablo. I saw you playing some KSP earlier. KSP 1? But then it looks like you swapped over to D3. How was the streams? Talk to us about that. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, Radar. I see you over there. I hope you guys are doing well. And talk to us about the streams, Mr. Tarandra. How was that? KSP into War Thunder and then into Diablo to wind out the night and chase everyone away. Hey, as long as you have fun, right, man? That's all that matters. Gotta have fun with the streams. But it sounds like you're getting into War Thunder, man. What seemed to be like a... maybe a one-time thing? Now it seems like you're playing it every so often. Seems like you're having a fun time with that. Things are good. Good to hear, man. It's good for a break every once in a while. I see you. Do you just find yourself like really immersed? Not tunnel vision, but you're focusing on it. So it's like you lose track of time, so to speak. It's a little bit of mindless playing. It's always a good time. You need to have games like that, honestly. Games where you don't have to think and just kind of just do. Those are always a good time. Oh, it's slightly competitive. Gotcha. Scratches the itch. I see. Dog fighting like Star Fox. Star Fox is a classic. They need to remake Star Fox, man. That was a great game. Because a lot of people didn't know you had different paths in Star Fox 64 depending on kill streaks. If you got everyone killed, fulfill the objectives early or late. Killing a certain mini-boss. Those were great times. Finding the hidden routes, playing as Falco. Oh, man, those are great. That's a long time ago, though, man. Holy heck. Showing my age, man. Feels bad. All right. So right now we need to figure out some of the automation for a boiler design. So we're making a sour gas boiler. This is a heat sink. This is a secondary heat sink for secondary heating. And we're setting up the automation so that this could work on its own without us having to micromanage it. So that's going to be what we're working on at the moment. Let's set this up. Let's put the walls in, get everything situated. We'll leave this open, but we're going to want to seal this up here and here later on. I'll probably want to remove the wires, so I'm just going to keep that open right now. Star Fox is my favorite N64 game. Star Fox is something they should remake for the Switch. I feel like it'd be great. I don't know why they're not, though. Being like that sometimes. Alright. So we got the doors. So, get a green signal. Hey, Panhandle made me do it. I see you over there, man. Coming in with 10 months. Thank you so much, Mr. Taradra. Appreciate the support. Where's TX at? I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know next time he's here. I'm surprised you have everyone on the home planet. It's less laggy that way. The moment you start expanding out to the other planets, I feel like it starts lagging a lot more. It's not worthwhile, in my opinion. If everything is here, I don't want to have to build a second design. But it's also because it's the Baator planet. I have a lot more going on here, and that's really dangerous. Versus going to the other planets, it's just normal planets. Nothing special about it. But thank you so much, Taradra. I see you over there. Thank you for the support. Taking the puppers out. Gotcha. Got you. Have a good one, man. Be safe out there. Make sure to have the poop bags. Don't step on poop. And, dude, have a safe trip. Remember to grab a jacket if it's cold. Alright, so... Mamba, please. You gotta stop. He keeps nudging my freaking computer. What a Mamba. Alright, so... Green signal. Hopefully we could try to think this out now because we need to focus. So we get a green signal. It needs to be a stable signal and not flicker so that it has a filter gate. I might even want to do a filter buffer gate just so that it's going to go through the sequence regardless of what happens. But for now, we're not thinking about that. So green signal. The middle should already be open. And then these open up. Sour gas flows through. Pressure goes down, triggers this into a red signal. That happens. The red signal closes the doors. And it closes everything. So... red signal. That becomes a green signal. I see. It's a buffer, filter, not gate. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why would I need the filter and a buffer? Oh, it's because... Yeah. No, the buffer works because since we have a buffer here, when we turn red, this stays green, which becomes a red signal. Wait a second. I'm confused. So this opens up, everything's open. When this is green, this is green. Wait, but that means green becomes red. And that closes. No, that doesn't work. So green, open, already open, open, goes in. Green signal immediately goes through. And then this converts the green into a red. So maybe we don't need the NOT gate. Right? So it's all open. And then red signal. Close, close, close. Why do I feel like it's simple and I'm just not thinking about it properly? Do I have a submerge set up here? I don't, right? So I can't look at that as reference. Oh, the logic of this is so tough. Okay, so... red signal. We keep it green, so it keeps it open. Close, close. That's not true. So this should have been a filter gate. So green is all open. So when this hits green, we have to wait 5 seconds. Do we use an AND or an XOR gate with a secondary not off of the same signal? Or I feel like I need to sandbox this part to get a better understanding of how this is supposed to work. Alright, I hate to do this, you guys. I'm gonna sandbox this part so I could figure out the door automation. Because I want to look at how it works. So we're gonna do a safety save. Number 15. Alright, so we already have 15, nice. Alright, so we're in sandbox mode. So I want to do the triple door setup. We're going to use a signal switch as a green-red signal. And then I wanted the filter gate. It's not going to matter. We'll add that in later. So the logic is that we have these open, tied to the gates. That usually comes here. And then when we get a green signal, we need to have a separate one for the one in the middle. So that when this is closed, this is open. So let's start from a closed state. So what we need to accomplish is when we get a red signal, all right, maybe not a closed state. Let's do it from an open state. So we have a green signal, so the door should open. So this wire needs to send an automation signal here to open up this door. And it should stay open. Right? So, like that. Now the problem is that when we get a red signal, we don't want it to all close. A NOT gate, but we need more than that. We need more than just a NOT gate. So if we get a red, we want everything to close. Oh, is it like this? Filter and a NOT, then the filter. So it ends up going like this. So when it's open, it's open. When I close, doors close, and then the middle signal opens. Oh, no, it doesn't. Ah, I need to have a 1 second buffer here. And then the middle door opens up automatically after the filter gate. And then when I open everything, everything is open. So when I close it, everything closes. Even though I have a 1 second buffer. And then it opens up afterwards. Alright, so if I put tiles here, we're going to look at gas overview. Open it up, gases fill out, nice. And then close the signal. The middle one is off slightly, but we remove all the gas. And we're still good. Okay, cool. So that's the signal I need in order to operate the doors. I had it in the wrong order. I put filter then not then filter. That's why. And then you use both the filter and the buffer to create a one-way. Interesting. Interesting. We could actually use a second NOT gate for this. For the memes, but we don't need to. We use a 1 second buffer instead. So this works. Now, is there any situation where it doesn't? So the setup I wanted was something like this. We filter into a buffer. And this is to operate everything. So a 5-second filter, and then this is going to be 3 seconds. And then this is delayed 1, and then this is a 5. So it's 6. Does that work out? So we have to wait. We could probably put a 1-second filter here. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so everything opens. Gas goes through. Everything's great. Close the door. Oh, they have to be equal time. Okay, so it's 6 seconds, 6 seconds. Okay, that works. Simple, simple. I don't think anything else here has anything that's extremely complicated when it comes to automation, so I think that's going to be all we need to know. So we have the signal feeding to a NOT gate, and then it's a 1-second buffer. Filter gate shouldn't really matter. I think I do need to add 3 seconds on top of this, so minimum 4. Keeping it at 5 is probably a safe bet. And then if it does open up immediately, we don't need to vacuum the middle, because it doesn't really affect anything. Alright, I think that works out. Alright, we got it, we got it. Hopefully we get that to work. Mamba's back in his bed. He's no longer worried about getting his head rubs. I think that works. I think that works. Let's go, let's go. Now I'm worried about him getting his head rubs. Oh, feed the Mamba, critter coming in. Alright, we'll feed him soon. We'll feed him soon, not immediately. If I feed him now, he's gonna want more attention. I'll see you guys over there in chat. If I feed him now, I'm ending stream right now. I don't want to end stream yet. I'm sorry. I don't want to end stream yet, dude. I'm sorry. Oh, man. He never actually got down properly. He got hit by a meteorite. Come on, man. Ah, oh, come on. The shovels are causing havoc. Just climb down. The shovels are just pooping all the time. Since I can't control him, he doesn't go all the way to the bottom like he should. That's so stupid. I just want to remove this. And he almost died. No battery life. Jesus Christ. These shovels are such problem makers. Maybe we got launched with a meteor or something. If we can, we just want to deconstruct this. There it is. Alright, we did it. We did it. Alright, so back to here. We know the automation setup. Something like this. There's sour gas here still, so we have to wait. We climb up anyways. And then it's still hot, so the water I put into here might flash into steam. That's not a good look. Alright, so we do that, we have that. So I want to run a buffer filter buffer here. And then I need to run autosave lag. Alright, so let's put a reference blueprint here. It's gonna look like that. That's more or less how the design should look like. And then we have the heatsink here. Normal stuff. So, here, here, here. This goes down to the inside. So that's going to be this door. These all made out of steel. Lead. That's travesty. That's also made out of lead. Dude, I'm running out of steel. What's going on here? How do we not have steel? We have 20 kilograms? What did I build? Is everything... Oh, the aqua tuner. Yeah, I guess. Steel mech doors. I guess that too. Cobalt temp shift plates. Steel metal tiles. Yeah, we're using a lot of steel. I guess that's true. Need to take care of that. Need to take care of that. Another thing we also needed was our liquid pipes. So this goes back down to the bottom. That's fine. We want to do this one first. There's a good chance this comes in like that. And then we do this. And then after that, it goes into the wall. And I believe we want aluminum here. Because it's never actually going to be worried. No, the kitty cat's going to get his head rubs. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. The kitty cat will get his head rubs. He gets them every day, every morning. Oh, I don't have enough steel for this. What a travesty. I guess since it's going to be cold, I shouldn't have to worry about this pumping. It should be really, really cold. I'll just use gold for this. Hope for the best. So this is going to be here. And it just releases that into the bottom. And we just put a vent there. And I guess that means this needs to be a bridge in here. Shouldn't be that bad, right? And then here, here, here. Here, like that. Like that. Like that. That should be all it is. And then we need to have the temp shift plates. Made out of aluminum. Because that's the most reactive. 1, 2, 3, 5. So I do need a ladder here in order to reach everything. Alright, cool, cool. Get that set up. I need a thermal sensor here. This is just going to be iron. And then we need power wire. This shouldn't be a big deal. We'll just connect both of them, and then we'll just pull a power wire out later. Connect everything else to it as well. Ah, yes. I see that there's a little bit of issues, but it shouldn't be that big of a problem. We'll just cut this for now. And we know that's going to work like that. Alright, so now we have some blueprints in. Let's start working on the automation for this. So, this signal is a NOT gate, right? And then we have a buffer filter. And instead of having a OR gate, we're just going to use the wires so that we could be a little bit more efficient. And then that feeds into the middle. These two come in from the same signal. Which is the filter buffer setup. Filter buffer. Here. That goes in like that. And then we could take this and put all the gates that we would have here. So we take this, and then we have the filter buffer here. That actually works out pretty funny. And then like that. Wow, and I get all my automation up top. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. I could take that. So, it goes up into a filter gate. Probably make this out of steel. Filter, buffer, not filter. Buffer. I made that out of lead accidentally. Buffer facing down. Buffer facing to the right. Not gates facing up. And then the automation wires. So this goes in like that. Yes. And then there shouldn't be a connection here. I believe this works. That's fine. All right, so this is tied to the liquid vent. Wow, this cost 400 steel. Jesus Christ. Will this actually melt? I'm actually a little bit worried. What does Electrum melt at? Is that no longer something I could look up in the database? Oh, that's unfortunate. I figured it out! Elevated roundabout. So you have a 2-story roundabout? Yo, man, sounds like fun.